slowly inside the body. So these are different routes or types that we can uh, see as different types of parenteral routes: subcutaneous, intramuscular, intravenous, transdermal, and implantation. Now, apart from that, there are different minor routes also, like intrathecal, which where we are inserting it into the bone marrow, or inserting into the peritoneal cavity, inserting the drug into the cerebral fluid. So all this involves, or by nasal route. So all this involves, includes parenteral route of administration. Let's move to the next slide. Formulation aspects. Now, what are the formulation aspects for this? What are the general requirement? Of course, when you are when you are intaking any of the parenteral preparation, what is your expectation? It should be stable. It should not. It should be having higher expiry. It should not expire, say, within 1 to 2 days or 1 week, right? So it should be stable. It should be sterile, so it should not infect your body. Next is, it should be pyrogen free. Okay, pyrogens are the compound when they're getting entry into the blood, they elevates the temperature of the body, so you get fever. So we don't want pyrogens, right? So it should be pyrogen free. Isotonic means what? It should be compatible with the body salt concentration of the body fluid. Okay, if salt concentration of the fluid changes, that causes a problem with the osmosity, means your body gets osmotic shock, right? Next is, it should be chemically pure, right? Which means assay, means what? Whatever compound, whatever active drug you are taking, it should not having any chemical impurities that may cause side effects, right? So here isotonicity is most important part when you are looking at the formulation aspect. I'll speak that in a detail. Active drug. So when you're formulating anything, the first priority should be given to the active drug of the product. Why? Because that drug is going to give you a therapeutic effect. So all the things, all the formulation design should be with the priority that it should be stable. Active drug should be stable. pH, temperature, it's all the chemical environment should be adjusted to safety of the active drug. So our ultimate aim is to release the active drug into the body. Okay, so active drug might be anything, any steroid, any alkaloid, atropine, say anything, any nutrient. Okay, so any drug that which we want to insert it into the blood circulation. Okay, so next is a vehicle. Now you are going to dissolve this active drug into the vehicle and prepare a vehicle or liquid base. Okay, so we know liquids are of two types. One is lipophilic, one is lipophobic. We know what is lipophilic, right? Lipophilic drug or lipophilic vehicle is oily, and it actually dissolves the oily substances, and they generally repel the water soluble substances. Okay, so non-aqueous vehicle examples are ethyl alcohol, polyethylene glycol, and uh, PG. Okay, so now what about aqueous vehicle? Aqueous vehicle is simple water, but it is not just a water, just a tap water or something. It is water for injection. Now, how water for injection is being prepared? Water for injection is prepared by taking the water. We are actually converting it into the distilled water. We are taking distilled water, sterilizing it, okay, then maintaining the isotonicity of that water, and then using this water for as a vehicle in a pharmaceutical preparations, that is called as water for injection. IP has clearly indicated how to prepare it, what are the quality control tests for water for injection, right? Next is adjuvants. Now, adjuvants means what? Now there is a difference between additive and adjuvants. There, these two different words are there, right? Additives means what? You are adding flavorant. Your means your product is not having pleasant smell, so you are adding perfume. Okay, so for taste you are adding flavorant. It is not good in color, so you are adding some palatable color. Now orange is most palatable color, while greenish, dark green is less palatable color. Okay, If it is orange colored, you tend to eat it very easily, right? So why I'm saying this, these are called as additives, so they don't have much more much important role in the formulation, but adjuvants have important role, which means adjuvants are added to stabilize the product or to help that formulation to maintain its stability and therapeutic activity. So adjuvants are more important than additives. So additives are different. So understand this difference. Now, what are the different adjuvants we are using? Here in parental preparation, we are not adding any additives. We are adding adjuvants. So first is solubilizers. Thus, what are solubilizers? They help to solubilize the active drug into the vehicle. Okay, if there are particles, then it will irritate the site of action or site of injection or site of entry. Why? Because your blood, your veins internally, they are so sensitive that if any particle coming inside, it causes bolus around that. Means what? Your cells come and they form a mass around that to capture that particle or to digest that particle. That will create a mass, a irregular shaped mass, which when in a circulation, it will flow towards the heart or towards the any organ, and while flowing, it will irritate the vein. Okay, it will go sliding with the walls of the vein. It will bombard on the walls of the veins, so that vein may get irritated or may trigger any allergic reaction. And if wound is severe, even that may cause a death if particle is very high. So your active drug should be always in a solubilized form. Stabilizers, uh, to stabilize the formulation, you are using different stabilizers, buffers to maintain the pH. Okay, so if pH is changed, solubility is altered. Means there are some particles, some compounds which may get precipitated in different pH, or they may get solubilized, or they may convert from one compound to another compound, and that compound might be insoluble. So that causes turmoil. So to avoid that, we are maintaining the pH as it is. So for that, we need buffers. Then anti-foaming agents. So when you're shaking the formulation or during transport and all, and while when we are taking out that drug from vial to injection, okay, there is a movement to the drug, and if there is a movement, then there are chances of formation of foam. If foam is formed, foam which defines what is foam. Foam is entrapment of air particles or air bubbles, right? So air bubble, if it is getting inserted into the body, again it will be very dangerous. So we don't want that, so we are adding anti-foaming agents to avoid the formation of foam. Now antioxidants. Antioxidant uh, are the compounds like vitamin C, then BH.